Hi everybody, here is another program in my series of PyGame tutorials. This is the classic Pong. It's pretty much where video gaming really got popular and got into the mainstream. It's a classic. There's probably 50 gazillion versions of Pong out there. This is my version of Pong, which is very similar in structure to the other three PyGames that are in this series. We need to import PyGame, but first we have to install it by going to a command prompt and typing that in. We've covered that in other lessons. I want this to be, it says black. Well, it's not quite black. It has a little bit of red in it, so it's black would be 000. Let's see what that color looks like. See, it's not black. I don't know why I called it black. It's dark red. I must have changed that in a tutorial at one point when I was doing this in class. We'll make it 64. We'll make it a little darker. So you can vary those and change. Yeah, how about that? Let's go with that. Red, green, blue. Your values are 0 to 254. You can change the red channel, the green channel, and the blue channel. This is how every image on every screen that you see is made up of, little square pixels. Well, this is going to be 858 pixels wide by 525 pixels tall because that is the original screen width and height for the original Pong game. Well, that's pretty fancy. We have to initialize the PyGame library, start the engine. And then because I set height and width as I don't know why that's over there like that. I set the height and width as a constant. I don't have to figure out what these numbers mean. Width, height, obvious. This is not so obvious. I must have been changing things. So I should probably call this like background color or something. Which in Visual Studio Code, you can press F2. So I'll say BA, oh maybe I'll do BG because background is pretty long. There, then I don't have to be black. I can be any color I want. So anywhere else background color is used is, automatically changed. So that's kind of a handy thing. F2 allows you to rename this item and others. We are creating, using the display method, to create a surface, which is actually a back buffer. It's a little place in memory that we actually draw things. So this is our display. Think of the back buffer as an area of memory over here, video memory, over here where we actually draw everything. When we need to update the screen, we just flip it all over here at once. Except update doesn't change anything, doesn't do anything unless the screen is changed. Well, our game is sitting there just displaying a dark magenta, probably, a dark magenta background. So it's not doing anything. We set a little caption, Pong. We need a clock object to be able to keep our game ticking along at a regular interval. If you play games before, you know they don't speed up and slow down. Well, unless you have a really heavy game and a low power computer, in which case, yes, things may not always go as fast as you would like. All games have events. The game is waiting for you to do something. Click a mouse, pull a trigger, hit a joystick, press a key. Well, the only thing event we're listening for right now is closing the program. So each clock cycle, which happens 60 times a second, there could be one or more events, which get piled into this list. So we go through each event in the list and say, is it pygame.quit? If it isn't pygame.quit, we ignore it and go to the next one until we're done, and by then the clock cycle started over again. If we click the X to close the program, that fires the pygame.quit event. Right? Nothing, nothing, nothing. Hit that. The PyGame event quit gets fired. We capture that. We quit PyGame. We exit Python. Makes a nice clean getaway. Well, we need to fill our surface. We're drawing on the back buffer. Drawing on the surface with a color, that's probably better, clears the previous frame. Now, instead of drawing on the back buffer, drawing on the display, we draw on the surface, which is a back buffer, and that gets updated into video memory, which this is, I think, I don't know if that's in video memory. Anyway, that's a good research project. This caps our speed at 60. So right now we're updating every 60 times a second. You don't see anything happening because nothing's happening. We have to go to the next tutorial before we actually do something besides have a background color. So I'll see you with object-oriented programming and a few more morsels of PyGame.